We've now been with each other a little over an hour, so I'm hoping I have earned the right maybe to be a little vulnerable with you. The last few years in my life with my parents' health has not been good. I lost my mom to brain cancer a little over a year ago. At the same time, my father was in and out of the hospital all the time. In fact, when my mom got diagnosed, my dad at the very moment was in the ICU with all kinds of different health issues. Very challenging time, and a reminder to me that every single person in our lives and within our organizations has baggage that they're carrying that oftentimes we don't know about, right? But I remember this one time where I was in the hospital for my dad, and I'd spent way too much. No person should ever spend this much time in a hospital, but I'd spent way too much time there. And I had to go through my own mental battle of how you stay in the hospital and be with them, but also not go crazy, right? And so I had my own strategies, and I'd get up and I'd walk the halls and I'd get my mental health together. But then as soon as I'd see a doctor's go in the room, I'd come because you realize you have to be there to make sure that the message is accurate, clear, and connected. You have to be an advocate for your own health because the person in the bed can't be an advocate, right? You all know this. But I remember this one time, this team of doctors, they all came into the room, and so I followed him in there. I was out there, and I come following him in, and they huddle around his bed. And I'm just stepping back, and I'm just listening. And they're all prodding him and poking him, and taking his readings, and doing the pulse thing. We do a lot of pulse checks, They're doing all that stuff. And I realized that there was one kind of head doc, and then there were a bunch of residents and then other people that were attending docs that were kind of in this. And they're all standing there, and they were whispering back and forth to each other. All of a sudden I said, which I got in the habit of doing, where I would wait, and then I would sit and say, how are you? I'm Jason. I'm the son. Can you tell me, where are we now? And can you share with me what's the game plan next? Trying to get clear communication here. What do you see? What's the game plan next? And the doctors looked at me and they said, okay, well, your dad's doing a little bit better. Here's what we know. Went through this litany of things and then looked at me and said, I think the next step that we believe is we're going to have to do a procedure to put a pacemaker in. Your dad needs a new pacemaker. I think that's the next step. And I paused for a second. And I let the silence kind of be there for a second. And then I looked at him and I said, yeah, my dad just had that procedure this morning. My dad just had that procedure at this hospital. Could you now tell me, where are we? And what the game plan is next? Is your message accurate? Is it accurate? Are you delivering in the rule of 7? Are you not just sending messages, but are you delivering them accurately? Is it clear? Here's where we are, and here's the game plan next. And that courageous conversation you have with an employee about their performance, is it clear? Here's where you are, but here's the game plan next. And then is it connected? Meaning, I recognize that's your dad that's in the bed. And we're doing everything we can to help. That's it. Every single day, not in situations, thankfully, as dramatic as that. Every single day, there are people in our organizations that have heavy things they're carrying, but also, when we talk about building and setting the temperature that we want, we are setting the temperature by the stories we tell, the messages we deliver, every single day, and either they're going to be accurate, clear, and connected, or as this team of docs did, they walked out of that room and they had not set the temperature that that hospital demands. They had not lived up to the standard that they would even say for themselves, because they didn't even look at the chart. Are your messages accurate, clear, and connected?